We're here with Monique Miller. She's running for state senate against Thad Altman in the Republican primary. Could you tell us what inspired you to get into this race?
Absolutely. I mean, I think like a lot of people, I feel like I just haven't been well represented over the past several years. Thad Altman's been up in Tallahassee for 12 years, and we're still dealing with a lot of the same problems that we've been dealing with for a long time. Like the state of our lagoon is in desperate situation. We had an opportunity to do some work and bring some money back to our district to fix that, and unfortunately we didn't bring a lot of that money back. So I think we could get more effective leadership up there. Another big issue is the train, and it's not just about the train. I'm all for business. I would, if it's a free market venture, I'm absolutely going to support it. Unfortunately, that's not what this is. This is a situation where we have a legislature that is handing out money, our money, to a company that's worth billions to enable them to put a train right through the middle of our backyard. And it's not about the train, it's just that it symbolizes something that's so much more. It symbolizes that we're not being listened to. This isn't what the people want, and it's time for somebody who would just have some common sense and go up there and represent the people.
Okay, and if anyone wants to find out more about your campaign, is there a website they can go to?
Absolutely. They can go to Miller4Senate.com. It's Miller, the number 4, Senate.com.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Wayne Justice. He's running for Port Commission District 3. Mr. Justice, could you tell us how the campaign's been going so far?
It's been going great. I appreciate you stopping by and asking. Getting out to all the homes I can and realizing how big this county is. It's just having a great time, feeling a lot of enthusiasm, and it's going great. Thank you.
And when you talk to the voters around the county, what are some of the top concerns you hear regarding the future of the county and the port?
Now, as far as the port's concerned, there's absolutely interest in the growth, but how fast the growth is, how much growth there is, and I'm ready to make sure that we stay on top of that. As well, the small businesses have expressed some concern to me, and I'm ready to make sure that I champion the small business interest out there. All in all, Port's doing great, but it's also, I hear that there's a lot of work to be done up there, so I'm ready to go.
Well, we know you've got plenty to do out here. I see you passing out your info. Oh, if there's a website where people want to go learn more about you, is there a website they can go to?
Absolutely. JusticeForPort.com. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Wayne, and thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Matt, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks. SpaceCoastDaily.com, here with John Craig. He's running for school board in District 2. Mr. Craig, could you tell us how the campaign's been going?
The campaign's been going great. I got an awesome team on my campaign team, broad experience in the business community, teachers, parents, a lot of community involvement. Fortunate enough to qualify by petition, the only candidate in District 2 to do so. So a lot of hard work there, a lot of knocking on doors, but the campaign's going great. A lot of great input and a lot of collaboration on figuring out the best solutions to what's going on in the schools right now.
So you qualified by petition. Obviously, you're meeting a lot of the voters face to face. What would you say are some of the issues, if there are any specific issues, that prompted you to join this race?
Well, the biggest issue is the financial solvency problem. A lot of people are concerned about the surtax that will be on the ballot in November and how that money will be used if it indeed is passed. Making sure that there's strong leadership and accountability for the things that are going to come down the pike. Transparency is huge, with making sure that our community is involved and that voices are heard and that those solutions come from the community and that the school board listens and works with those things. And then finally, the respect that we need to give to our teachers, our school district employees. It really starts with the tone at the top. The culture in our schools right now is not as great as it should be. We need a strong leadership team and a strong vision from our school board that sets the tone, and then the whole district works together to make sure we get to that final solution. So.
All right, well, if voters want to learn more about your background and your campaign, is there a website that they can go to?
There is. It's www.johncraig4brevardschools.com. And you can follow me on Facebook as well, and that's the same address. So.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us today, and I know you got to get back to meeting more voters and eating some of that great barbecue. So
thanks very much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here at the Brevard County Republican Executive Committee's straw poll and family picnic. We're here with Bill Klein. He's the candidate for Brevard County Commissioner, District 4. Mr. Klein, could you tell us how the campaign's been going?
Well, first, Matt, I want to thank you for coming down and covering the event. It's a great event. And as far as the campaign's going, very well. We're really happy where we are right now, and we see a successful end to this campaign.
And when you go door to door and you're talking to the voters, what are some of the things you're hearing from the voters out there?
Well, you know, a lot of voters are somewhat disgruntled with the way the current board is acting, in so much as they don't see the professionalism that should be part of that board. So you know, it's going to be someone that, like me, that can bring professionalism to the board to straighten that out.
And you would say that's one of the main reasons you joined the race?
Well, no, I joined the race because I have skill sets that other candidates don't have. Obviously, being a police officer, firefighter, Vietnam veteran, college department chair, worked for Grumman Corporation on the private sector, and all these things. Ran my own business. I bring skill sets that I diversified. So, yeah.
And if voters want to learn more about you, what's a good website for them to go to?
Well, you know what it is, Matt. It's www.votebillklein.com.
All right, Bill.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate you taking the time with us. Thanks a lot. Good luck in the campaign. This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Paul Chinaris. He's running for school board in Brevard County. We're here at the Brevard County Republican Executive Committee's family picnic and straw poll. Mr. Chinaris, can you tell us how the campaign's going?
Seems to be going very well.
And what were some issues that inspired you to get into this race?
Well, Brevard County has a strong school system, and I'd like to continue to see that go on. A strong school education system is vital to our community growth, and we need to get the money to the classrooms where education happens.
Now, do you have any kids who are currently in this school system who are going through some of these struggles and issues that a lot of citizens are raising their concerns about, or were you kind of just an outside observer who noticed this? Or?
No, well, Brevard County school system has been at the forefront of my family for 25 years. Okay. My wife has been a Brevard County teacher for 25 years. Both of our children are in college now and went through the school system here. And I'm a local businessman. I've had my company for 18 years in Brevard County, and it's very important to me to make sure our education system stays at the top of the state.
Well, we appreciate you, first of all, taking an interest in the local school board election, joining it, and we thank you for taking the time to tell us about your background and your campaign, and thanks again for speaking with us today.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Rick Lacey. He's the vice chair of the Brevard County Republican Executive Committee. He's also a candidate for Brevard County Commission District 4. Rick, could you tell us, first of all, what it takes to put an event like this together, and then tell us how your campaign's going?
Yes, well, first off, I'm chairman of the picnic committee and vice chairman of the party, and we want to welcome the Space Coast Daily crew here today to our biannual family picnic. It takes months and months of work. We got to coordinate with the 2 years ago we had it at the Wickham Park, and it was just too warm, so we decided this year to give everybody a special treat, have their indoor picnic and air conditioning. We have to work with all the candidates. We got to work with the sound systems. We got to organize tables and booths and the ad book. It's a lot of work, but it all came together great today. We have a great crowd turnout, and we want to thank everybody for coming and have a great fun day at the picnic.
And you're in your own race in County Commission for District 4. How's that been going?
Oh, it's going great. We just had a straw poll at the Sun Tree Homeowners Association the other night, and I came in first place. We are going to be having a straw poll here at the picnic today, and I'm hoping that I do well today. But the big important poll will be on August 26th when you, the voters, come out and make the real decision of who your next commissioner will be, and I hope you give me a chance.
SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Tim Street. He's running against John Tobiah for District 53. Mr. Street, could you tell us how the campaign's been going?
Boy, it couldn't be going better. We're so thrilled with all the support we've been getting. Our strategy from the get-go has been to talk to the voters. We've hit every single door of every super voter right here in District 53. We're out knocking on doors. I've worn the bottoms of my shoes off, as they say, so it's been great. The response has been incredible, and the support here today that we saw has just been unbelievable. So,
yeah, I believe I saw one of your videos on your site where you were on your bike and your daughter was helping you out. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, that was incredible. One of my favorite things to do is spend time with my kids, and obviously when you're in a campaign, family time is hard to come by, and thankfully she loves riding her bike, so it was a great time for some daddy-daughter time.
So it's good teamwork, and she's getting to spend time with you on the campaign trail.
Amen. Yeah, and she's what a smart, beautiful kid. I'm the luckiest guy alive.
Now, what were some of the issues that inspired you to jump into this race?
Sure. I don't feel we've been well represented here. We've, going door to door, a lot of the things that people are talking to me about are Second Amendment rights. They're talking to me about Common Core. They're talking to me about the overall taxing system and the egregiousness of it. And I feel that is something that our current representation has not really done a good job of with us. So I've decided to get involved to address those things. I'm a small government constitutionalist. I do believe in the right to bear arms, and things like that are really going to define the direction of the Republican Party as we move forward.
And I've heard you say that you don't have anything personal against your opponent. It's just some of these issues where you feel like you haven't been represented in this area, hasn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, nothing at all. I have absolutely no negative feelings personally. And to be honest, I don't really know the man well. What I do know, though, it's not about being a bad guy or a good guy. It's about voting in a well or poor manner. And I don't feel that he's done that good of a job for us. So. Now,
if voters want to learn more about your campaign and your background, where can they go online?
Yes, sir. So street2014.com. It's actually right here. Street, STREET2014.com.
Okay, great. Yes, well, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today, and good luck on the campaign trail.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Frank Zelitis. He's a candidate for a county commission in District 4. Could you tell us how the campaign's been going?
Well, Matt, the campaign is going wonderfully right now. You probably know I was one of the last people to get in the race. Got 824 petitions in less than a month. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun meeting, let's see, about 1,500 people, I guess, to yield 824 petitions.
And as you've been going out there talking to the voters in your district, what are some of the top concerns you hear going door to door in that effort you made to get all those signatures? I'm sure you heard a lot, but what were some of the top things you heard?
Well, a lot of people are concerned locally about the lagoon. That's a big deal. People know that the county put no sinking funds together for basic roads, bridges, infrastructure repair. I'm telling them part and parcel to this that the basic problem is incremental revenues do not cover incremental expenses. But I'm also telling them that there's a philosophical problem inside of the Republican Party, and there's a philosophical problem with government, and that is that nobody's on an individual rights, personal responsibilities ethics program, which is that's my big deal. My ethics is individual rights, personal responsibility, and basically I believe that your time, talent, and treasure is yours and yours alone. I'm saying I believe mine is mine and mine alone, and if we believe that together, from a political perspective, the only logical approach to dealing with this stuff is through free market capitalism.
Right.
So as you probably know, I'm running on not Zelitis for commissioner, but 321 Brevard 2020.
Right.
That's the strategic plan. I think I'm the only candidate in the race with a strategic plan, and it's a big deal for what I want to see happen in Brevard County by January 1st, 2020.
Yeah, I had a chance to look at it. It was very interesting. Now, can you tell our readers where they can go to find out more?
321brevard2020.com is the very basic website right now. The same name is on Facebook. You can also, and I tell people this, if you want to get to know me personally, I've been a politician, if you will, trying to make change politically for years.
Right.
If you look at Facebook and go to Philosophy and Politics with Frank Zelitis, you can go all the way back to 2012 and read articles I've written about my positions on all things political.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Jim Barfield. He's a candidate for a county commission in District 2. Mr. Barfield, how has the campaign been going?
That's been going really well. I mean, it's it's a long duration. It's a new challenge for me as in a campaign, but it seems to be going good, real good.
What would you say are some of the reasons you've jumped into this race? I know you've said before in some of your speeches that you're not a politician, never really have been. So what would you say were some of the issues that kind of spurred you into jumping in?
That's a good question. Reality is I really believe we need business principles to bring into the county. I think we need to be able to understand budgets to the level like a business, and a lot of things could bring in, cost-benefit analysis, look at return on investment when we vote on things, when we're going to spend money, look at efficiencies, look at things just in a way like it's a business, because if you can reduce what it costs to do business, then that's our taxpayer money, that's my money, my taxpayer money, and yours. So.
And that's part of what you do at Luke, your company, correct?
Correct. I mean, we provide medical staff for the military, but the reason we were so successful is because we could do things much more efficiently, so it lowers the price. So we came in and started with 3 people in 2006. By 2011, we're at 1,500 employees. Really because we shocked the market, because we could do it better, faster, and at a better price.
Now, if voters want to learn more about your background and your campaign in general, is there a website that they can go to?
Yes, there's 2 ways. One's, well, probably the best way is on my website. It's barfield2014.com, and it also links up to Facebook. I have a Facebook, which is Vote Barfield 2014, and I put daily stuff on there about what we're doing, what's going on, and all of that. So it gives updates on everything.
Okay, well, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. I know you've got plenty of voters to speak to, but good luck on the campaign.
All right, thank you, Matt.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with David Armstrong, a candidate for County Commission in District 4. Mr. Armstrong, could you tell us how the campaign's been going?
Well, the campaign's going real well. We started in 2012. We went through our interviews with both the local newspapers and the local committees. We've been walking the neighborhoods, talking with everyone, and answering all the questions. As you know, we pass out my cell phone and certainly appreciate calls into me or on my office.
And as you've been going door to door and speaking with the voters, what are some of the top issues you've heard from them and some of the issues that kind of spurred you to run for office?
Well, I'm a contractor and a builder developer by trade. I've owned my own company and still operate a very successful construction company in Brevard. And as I see Brevard grow, I see the need, or the perceived need, of raising taxes over and above our normal rate of value of homes. And a lot of people in this community are living in place. In other words, they want to stay in their homes, and they should be able to stay in their homes. In doing so, they're very concerned over the rising taxes, whether it be above the line with just the value of their home, which they appreciate, but it's a bittersweet pill, and then, of course, below the line on fees that they can't control, but they immediately see rising without their input. And it concerns them because they are on a fixed income.
Now, if voters want to know a little bit more about you, where can they go online?
Online, you can go to www.brevard4Armstrong.com. And in doing that, you'll see my background. My roots are 57 years deep. I was brought here by 2 of my adopted parents as a young boy, about 6 years old. And I've raised a family here. And you can go on that website and find more about me, and hopefully everything you see you'll be very pleased with.
Well, we know you have plenty on your table here today to meet with these voters and tell them about your campaign. We appreciate you taking the time to speak with us and wish you the best of luck on your campaign trail. Thanks a lot. This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Senator Thad Altman here at the Brevard County Republican Executive Committee picnic. Senator, can you tell us how the campaign's been going?
Oh, it's going great. It's real exciting. I love campaigning. It's an opportunity to reconnect. The system is designed, works the way it was designed. It's important that we stay connected with the voters, the people we represent. And for me, I've had a lot of opportunity to do that. I've ran every 2 years since being elected, both in the House and the Senate because of redistricting. I've been on the ballot every 2 years, so I enjoy it.
Now, there are a lot of issues this year, as we all know. As you're going around speaking with voters every year, there's important issues. What are some of the top concerns you hear when you go to door to door? Is it the lagoon? Is that usually one of the top ones you hear about? Or what are just the issues that seem to be really weighing on people when you go and speak?
Well, aerospace jobs and what we've been through losing the shuttle, and really bringing human spaceflight back is huge for us. That's what we're all about. And I think that's one of the top issues. The lagoon, the Indian River Lagoon system, with all the problems we're having there, very important to our community. This train issue, that has emerged as a huge issue. When the FEC announced that they weren't even going to stop in Brevard, pass us by, people are upset with that, and I share that concern. It's just not right. And that's an emerging issue that I think is going to be one that you're going to hear a lot about.
Now with the All Aboard Florida, do you think there's any chance that they could consider a Brevard stop, or is that too hard to tell at this point?
Oh, I think so, and I think if they don't, we need to do everything we can possibly do to kill that train. It's just fundamentally wrong, and I think it's wrong what the Expressway Authority did in Orlando, requiring them to sign an agreement that wouldn't stop in Brevard. I mean, here we are in our community, I think one of the most vibrant communities in the world, a high-tech community on the corridor of I-95, the Space Center, the second largest cruise port terminal in the world, and the thought of that train just zooming by at 110 miles an hour, it's enraging. So that's going to be an issue we're going to hear a lot about, and I think you're beginning to see a lot of people now emerge, from Joe Negron, Marco Rubio, even the governor, voicing concerns the way that corridor is planned. And we need to fix that.
And of course the lagoon, we all know that's been a major issue. Congressman Posey was able to pass at the federal level some bipartisan support for that. Do you see that as one of those issues that kind of transcends party politics?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, the lagoon and space, those are bipartisan issues. And Congressman Posey has talked about working side and side with Democrats in Congress to fight for our American space program. And I think the lagoon is a similar issue. Democrats and Republicans work together. And I think it's important on those major issues that we find common grounds and we come together and find solutions. So I'm here at the Republican. I'm very honored and proud to be a Republican. I believe strongly in Republican principles. And I think part of our principles are to work together, to think first of our country and our basic rights and freedoms. And we have a strong legacy of common sense solution to problems and working together with others, regardless of what party affiliation. So I think it's really important. Those issues cannot be solved just simply by one party. It requires leadership within our Republican Party so we can build consensus and to solve those problems.
If Reagan and Tip O'Neill could figure out a way to find common ground, I think it can be done just about anywhere. So we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, and we know you have plenty of voters to speak to and catch up with while you're here. But again, thanks again for taking the time to speak with us, and always good to see you.
Thank you.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com here with Michael Hartman. He's a candidate for Brevard County Commission, District 2. Mr. Hartman, first of all, we want to say we're glad to hear the good news about your mother. I understand she had some heart surgery, but she was able to pull through and you're able to come back.
I appreciate that. Everybody said a lot of prayers, and I'll tell you, prayer works. She's up and about this morning, and she's on the road to recovery. It'll take her about 8 weeks, but prayer helped, and she's getting better every day, so thank you very much.
We were glad to hear that you could come down here and make it to this event. Tell us what the campaign's been like and what you've been hearing from voters today.
The biggest thing I've been hearing from the voters is that they are tired of giving their money to the county government. They think that they pay too much. They want the county government to streamline. They think that they should be paying less without having to get less services, and I agree with them. We have too much waste in our government right now. We should be able to cut 5% a year out of the budget, and that's my goal for the next 4 years.
Were there any other issues that kind of spurred you to run? Anything in particular that kind of inspired you to get up out of your seat and start running?
The biggest thing is that after 21 years of being a developer, I have found that government does not work for the people anymore. I think government has really forgotten that they are public servants. They tell us what to do. They don't ask us what we want them to do anymore. I mean, watching our county commission, they just look at us with a blank stare and say thank you with the unspoken and don't let the door hit you on the way out. You know, they even told us a couple months ago, one of the county commissioners said, "Why are you up here talking? You're not going to change my mind." Well, that's not somebody who's a public servant. So I think even more important than the budget, just changing the mindset at the county level and at all levels of government to say, hey, we're here to serve. They've forgotten that. I really believe that. Not in all cases, but in most cases, people are not there to serve us anymore.
Now, if voters want to find out more about your campaign, where can they go online?
Okay, my campaign has a website, electmichaelhartman.com. And about 4 months ago, there was a debate between all 4 candidates that was covered by SpaceCoastDaily.com, and we posted the entire debate online because I don't want people to just believe me that when I say that I think I'm the best person for the job. I want them to go and look at all 4 candidates and make their own mind up. I want them to be informed, and if they look at all 4 of us, then they can decide in their mind, this is the person that best meets what I want in a county commissioner.
Well, we agree. We hope all our readers and voters take the time to learn more about the candidates, especially if it's on our site. And we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Greg Jones. He's one of the candidates for Brevard County Commission District 4. We're here at the Brevard County Republican Executive Committee's Family Picnic Day. Mr. Jones, could you tell us how the campaign's been going so far?
The campaign's been going great. You know, this trip started along 4 years ago when I got elected to Melbourne City Council. And so the base of Melbourne has seen all I've done, and the recruitment to get me to come to the county commission level has been humbling and flattering, to the point that we're seeing a lot of actual discussion about the real issues, about jobs, about the Indian River Lagoon, about, you know, tax money and the budget and infrastructure, how we're going to improve the infrastructure and keep paying for it with this limited tax dollar that we have. So it's actually a very exciting campaign to be a part of, because this is one of those generational campaigns where, you know, the decisions today travel for the next 20, 30 years.
And we know this is a very crowded field, lots of candidates. What inspired you to take that leap from the city level to go to the county level?
Basically, I saw the fruits of labor at the city level. You know, I saw that we could do economic development work and recruit high-end jobs to the airport. I saw that we could have a dialogue about the Indian River Lagoon and be rational about the science that does and does not exist. I've seen the civility of the Melbourne City Council, where we have 7 people that can disagree a lot about issues, but at the end of the day, we're all respectful of each other. We are respectful of the positions and the citizens have brought us forth. We respect public comment. A lot of the things I'm not seeing happening at the county level. And at the end of the day, we're elected to represent people, and if you're not going to respect people's votes when you're elected, if you're not going to respect people's comments, I want to change that. And so that was really the biggest reason. I saw that we can make a difference at the local level in Melbourne with jobs, with decorum, with the Indian River Lagoon, and I'd just like to take it to the next step.
Great. So if local readers and voters want to learn more about your campaign, is there a website they can go to?
Absolutely. www.electgregjones.com. On that has my address, my phone number, anything that you need to reach out and touch me through email or voice communication. I would love to hear from people. I encourage them to go look at all the sites and vote in August 26th. Please vote. Hopefully they vote for me. So thank you so much.
Well, we know you have plenty of voters to speak with and more tables to get around to, so we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Thank you for the time and the interview.
Okay. Thank you. This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Kurt Smith. He's running for County Commission in District 4. Mr. Smith, can you tell us how the campaign's been going?
It's been going very, very well. Our message is being well received, smaller, more efficient government. We've knocked on thousands and thousands of doors getting our message out. I've said from the beginning, nobody's going to outwork me. And boy, we've been knocking on a lot of doors, talking to an awful lot of people.
What were some of the key issues that you would say prompted you to jump into this race?
Primary amongst them was the fact that I had a lot of people that were encouraging me to run because of my business background. I've been an entrepreneur and small businessman for almost 40 years, 26 of those in this county. And I was really reluctant, but these people said, we really need somebody like you that knows how to balance budgets, negotiate contracts. You've done it in your own life. You're debt-free. Your business is debt-free. We need somebody with that kind of mindset on the county commission. So I went to a couple county commission meetings. I said, "You're right. You do need me. I can do a better job with my eyes closed." So that's why I'm doing this.
Now, if voters want to find out a little bit more about you, is there a website that they can go to?
Yeah, KurtSmith2014.com.
Well, Mr. Smith, we know you've got a busy day here today at the family picnic, so we'll let you get back to your meal and back to meeting the voters as well. Thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
This is SpaceCoastDaily.com. We're here with Ed Dean, the king of Florida political talk radio. Ed, you've had a chance to go around and catch up with some of the candidates, meet some of the voters. What are your thoughts about the turnout here today and just the overall event?
Good turnout today. It's inside, so of course it's going to be much cooler. It's just going to be very interesting to see what happens. I mean, with all these races, and you got issues, you've got the candidates, and I just still, as of now, even though it's now the 1st of June, last of July, I'm still dying to know what's the difference between candidate A and candidate B, and they have not done that yet.
So I got to know, what are your predictions for the District 2 Commission race and then the District 4?
Republican primary, normally, as you said, the re-election of people is going to be the tough part. But this is an important one. I think Jim Barfield and also Michael Hartman's going to be between those two. And then the District 4 race, you got three top guys. You've got Kurt Smith, Dave Armstrong. That's going to be really who can get the conservative vote. And then, of course, you got the more of a moderate of Greg Jones. So the vote may come down between Kurt Smith and Dave Armstrong here. But I tell you, it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be getting out your vote. And I think conservatives and the Tea Party are dying to get involved in this Republican primary. 2 years ago, you saw a lot of the moderates get involved because you had county-wide seats. There are no county-wide seats. They're all member district. And I think the conservative group's going to be coming out and voting this year.
When we get to the general election, do you think we're going to see a similar turnout to 2010 or even more conservative once we get to the general?
I think you'll see in the general election, I think you will see a conservative turnout. But a lot of that depends on who the candidate is. The independents have not had a strong record of turning out, and everybody wants to campaign for independence. I'm not really convinced that the medical marijuana is going to drive out everybody to vote. It's medical marijuana, not full-blown legalization of marijuana. So it's going to be really interesting. I don't think Rick Scott, unfortunately, or Charlie Crist really excites people to come to the polls. So who sees? I mean, who knows? It may be some of the issues. I think the conservatives will come out, but it will depend on the candidate, as always.
So you're not sure if the wave that we saw in 2010 will be even bigger this time in favor of Republicans?
If the wave was at 100%, this year you might see 70%. Does that make sense? Yeah. If the wave was 10 feet, it might be 6 or 7 feet now.
You think the Republicans can take the Senate at the federal level?
I think so. If they don't see any stupid comments, yes.
Well, we appreciate taking the time, and if you want to see Ed on his webcast, it's eddeanradio.com, and he's on radio stations throughout Florida. So thanks for taking the time.
And Space Coast Daily rocks. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks.